If you're in a semi, don't watch this video. You're watching something else. There's a plane.
Hello, welcome to the Rev Garage. My name's Levi.
I'm Levi.
I'm Brad.
And we're going to be teaching you guys how to drive manual. This is a 6-speed. We got a little 5-speed in the back truck. So, teach you guys how to drive manual.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Right? All right. So, we got Levi right here. And we have 2023 Volkswagen Jetta with a 6-speed manual. We're going to show you guys how to drive stick.
First of all, this is a Volkswagen. Volkswagens, they're reverse. You can't just put it like this is your first gear. So what you would do is push down and then you do that. Now you're in reverse. So basics. When you go to turn on your car, if you don't do anything, you try to turn it on, it won't start, right? So my floorboard's dirty, dirt road, all that. But as you can see, you have 3 pedals instead of your standard 2. Your gas and brake like usual. This is your clutch. When you go to start your car, put it in, you push your clutch all the way down, turn your key, and your car is started.
Make sure it's in neutral when you do that.
Oh yeah, make sure it's in neutral. It's very easy to put it in neutral. You don't have to push anything, just wiggle it around. And easy as that. I have an electronic brake. Make sure that your parking brake is on. And then you have the usual handbrake if your car has one. Bradley's has one. Oh, now how to get your car rolling. You have your clutch, brake, gas. Take it out of gear, push in the clutch, put in first or second, depends on your vehicle. And you slowly let go of the clutch. To see how now I'm rolling. There's another way to do it, and if you look, okay, my engine's running, I know. If you look at my RPMs right here, gas, right, usual. So when you let off the clutch, you can give it some gas, and then now you pick up a little bit more speed, and that gets you a good start. But if you push in your clutch and then you start like doing this, that's how you burn your clutch. It takes a little bit to get it started, and a little bit of practice makes perfect, right? So it's kind of a balance. You want to do this with your feet. It's kind of when you're snorkeling or whatever with flippers, if that makes sense.
Somewhat makes sense.
Somewhat makes sense. So now let's teach you how to switch gears.
All right, let's do that.
So when you switch gears, same concept, you get yourself rolling first. So we're gonna get ourselves onto the road. So first of all, if you look at my RPMs, I'm in first gear right now, and it's just gonna get higher and higher. A good spot to switch your gears is around 2,000 RPMs. That's the golden, as I'll demonstrate. Once when you get used to driving manual too, you'll kind of just listen and feel. You can feel it in your shifter. You can listen to it. You shift. How do I shift? How did I do that? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive, and then when I want to switch gears, I let go of the gas, push in the clutch first to second, let go of the clutch, and then I press on the gas. So when you start to get smoother at it, it can make it more seamless, and with that motion again, it can transition smoother with your driving. So now I'm gonna throw this bitch in reverse. Also, a little lesson. There's all sorts of manuals. There's 3-speed, 4-speed, 5-speed, 6-speed. I believe there's a 7. And if you start getting your CDL, your trucking license, and you drive a semi-truck, you'll have up to like 18 gears. That is super confusing. I don't know how to drive a semi, so there's that. There will be a picture right here, the different manual types, and you can take a sec to look, pause the video, whatever. Downshifting. Same thing. You can rev match. So you'll push in your clutch, shift down a gear. Make sure you're not going too fast. If you go too fast, you can do something called a money shift. Money shift means you go, let's say you're going 120 and you're in 6th gear. You shift it down into 3rd or even 2nd on accident. You just blew out your whole transmission or whatever breaks. That's a money pit. That's why they call it a money shift. No bueno, don't do it. Anyways, downshifting. It's the same concept as going up, but instead you're going down. You want to make sure that you are at a very low RPM when you downshift. As of right now, I'm in third gear. I'm going 1.5 about. When I downshift, clutch in second, and then give it a little bit of gas and let out the clutch. You don't have to release it fast. Just ease off, ease in, because if you let off fast, you're gonna wiggle and jerk your car. I'm gonna floor it, shift, back on the gas. Now downshift, I'm at a higher RPM, clutch in, rev it up a lot higher, let go of everything, and then now you just transition from a high RPM down to a low RPM. See if I can clear this. I cleared it. So your speeds, your first gear is gonna be your torque gear. That's gonna get you going and stuff. Or if you're going super slow, let's say traffic, or in the city, you're gonna be in like first and second gear. So like first gear is just to get you going. If you're towing in a truck, then first and second gear is good for that. Trucks will have a high and low, which we will show in Brad's truck, because some of them will have high low, some of them will have switches. Bradley's has a manual high low, which we will show shortly. Your third, and then let's say you're in the 6-speed. Your 6th gear is going to be your cruising speed. You're at highway speeds and you're going 6, depends which state you're in, 60, 80, 70, whatever. You just want to cruise in it, and that's going to be your most fuel efficient. If you sit on the highway 5,000 RPMs, you are wasting gas. In all honesty, you are wasting gas. So if you're going 60, put it into 6th. You will be using virtually no gas, and you'll be a lot happier with your wallet. If you're in Brad's 5-speed, that's going to be his cruising speed, and 4th gear will be like kind of a power gear. So when you're driving in manual, let's say you're moving, right? You're going at speed. I am in 2nd gear going 18 miles an hour. There's such thing as too high of a gear or too low of a gear. So let's say I'm cruising. Now I'm at 28. I throw it all the way into 5th. You can skip gears, by the way. It's okay to skip gears. If you're downshifting and you need to stop or something, you can shift all the way from 5th, all the way to 2nd. You can skip gears. It just depends on how your car likes it. So now I'm going 28. 2nd gear was 28. Now I'm in 5th gear going 28. I just tried to step on the gas. My speed is not picking up. It's picking up a little bit, but you're not gonna go anywhere if you're in too high of a gear. Also, let's say you're at a stop and then I'm going like, let's say 8 miles an hour, throw it into 3rd. It's gonna make a weird noise. It doesn't sound pleasant. I'm gonna step on it. It's not gonna do anything. Make sure that you are in the appropriate gear for the right RPMs and the right speed. So, braking. Let's say you're going to a stop. There's 2 ways you can approach it. You can push in the clutch, put it in neutral, and then now you're coasting, you're in neutral. You step on it, you're not gonna go anywhere, right? You can go to a stop this way, push in the clutch, put in neutral, and just brake. That's gonna get you, it won't do anything besides stop, and it's an easy way to stop. And then when you want to start going more intermediate, let's say you're going at speed or you're on a racetrack, but you don't want to just throw it into neutral. You want to start braking, push in your clutch, let go, give it a little bit of gas to like even out the RPMs. Push in your clutch again, brake, clutch, and brake. Basically, you can hold your brake the whole time. Once when you get so used to it, you can basically just hold the brake, clutch, brake, clutch. When you go into your first gear, make sure you go very slow, because your first gear is your torque gear. It is a very high revving gear. I'm not going that fast, and I topped out. So make sure that you are going very slow in your first gear. Braking's honestly super easy. Start off neutral, and then when you get used to it and comfortable, you can start downshifting on your way to your stop. And you can also use downshifting as your brake. You got 2 brakes in a manual because let's say you're going down a hill, you throw it into a lower gear, it's gonna slow you down and you won't speed up as much. It is a very useful brake. That's what trucks do. That's what semis do. When you hear their engine roar when they're going to a brake, that's their Jake brake. And Jake brakes is using the engine as a brake. It's the combustion in the engine, making it slow down. I think they have a special thing. I'm not too much on semis, but you can use manual. You can just use your stick and your clutch as a brake. That's how you brake. So now we're at Bradley's truck. As you can see, it's a 5-speed. Your reverse is going to be right under the 5. Your reverse can be literally anywhere on the shifter. It just depends on what vehicle you're driving and so on. Some trucks will have your manual. This is your 2 high, 4 high. The N is neutral. And then your 4 low. 2 high it's going to be more of a torque gear. This is all for torque. This will be using your 2 will be 2 wheel. 4 is 4 wheels. 4, obviously 4 wheels. You want to be using this. If you're using this is for towing, or if you're stuck in snow or mud, you want to be in 1st or 2nd gear because these are just power gears. So you'd be in 1st gear. Let's say you're in 2 high, put it in 1st, and then you would shift into 2nd, and then you'd still be in 2 high. Just make sure you don't be too high of a RPM. You can blow your engine, yada yada. Same thing with the 4 high, but it's going to be 4-wheel drive. The 4 low is going to be really, really torquey. You're carrying like thousands of pounds, like let's say a toy hauler, big fat trailer with everything you have. You will be using 4 low, and you can also use 4 low to pull people out of ditches. You just stick it in 1st and then put it on 4 low. That's going to give you a lot of spin and lots of torque. Another thing with manuals that I forgot to mention, my car is the clutch on it is going to be substantially easy to use, as in just like pushing the clutch and using like just shifting, all of that is going to be super easy. Something like this, what year is this?
93.
A 1993. It was bought used, but the shifting is going to be a little bit more jankier. You can tell he has to use a little bit of force to put it into gear. Doesn't look like it right now, but when you're driving, it's very noticeable. The clutch will also be a lot harder to use. Let's say instead of buying one of these for your first vehicle, you decide to buy a Subaru, STI, WRX, or a sports car. The manual is gonna have that give. It makes you want to push it in because it's got a different clutch, like a race clutch and all of that. There's also different types of manuals, like sequential, where you would just be pulling it like this, and then you'd be shifting like that. There's multiple different types of manuals too, and you can pull up a diagram or whatever. It'll show you. There's different types of shifters. They have different meanings. And so thank you for joining us in this video. This is an over complicated video of us teaching manual, but I hope this taught you something. This is Levi.
This is Levi. Brad. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys in the next video. Peace out.